What's up, everybody? It's Professor H coming at you from the nether roof in a gorgeous basalt delta. That's right, we all love basalt deltas, don't we? Well, you might decide that you like basalt deltas a little more than you originally thought, because frog lights. You've probably heard of frog lights if you keep up with Minecraft update news. Frog lights are a new light source that looks really awesome that is produced when a frog eats a baby magma cube, which spawn, you guessed it, in basalt deltas. So I have produced what I think is a great combination of efficiency and simplicity in a frog light farm. This thing produces about 2,500 frog lights per hour. It's not dangerous to make. It doesn't require a ton of blocks. You can probably make it in like 20 minutes. And today I'm going to be showing you how I made mine. It took me couple hours to engineer. It's really not complicated at all. There's no complicated mob movements. The hardest part is finding the frogs that you're going to need. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to be giving you just a brief overview of how the farm works, what all the components do, and maybe if this video explodes somehow, I will make a step-by-step tutorial, but for now, we're just doing this. So, this is the basic magma cube spawning chamber. All the magma cubes spawn in these little tubes. They go out as far as the mob detection of the iron golem goes. You see him right there in the portal. And basically, these little strips, since they are not bedrock and we are in a basalt delta, they will spawn magma cubes and only magma cubes. We don't have to worry about gas or zombie pigmen. And then through the portal, the magma cubes will see this iron golem, and they will naturally gravitate toward him. They will try to hop into him, and then they will get sucked up in the portal to our kill chamber in the overworld. We do need these glass walls here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks, I believe they are now. I think they only have to be 5. I just added the 6th layer because it completed the build a little bit. We do this because the largest magma cubes can hop over them if they are less than 5 blocks high. You don't have to make them out of glass. I realize glass is kind of expensive. You can make them out of whatever you want, netherrack, whatever. I just made them with glass because I think it looks nice, and I like being able to see into my farms. So this is basically all we have for the nether portion. Again, 5 block high walls. You need to make sure you do spawn-proof the top of the portal and the top of the walls with your glass or slabs. I believe this is 12 blocks long, because that's how far the aggro detection for the iron golem is. But yeah, let's go ahead and check out the overworld portion real quick. Alright, right here we have this chamber. These trapdoors will make the magma cubes think that these are solid blocks that they can go ahead and walk through. And the golem isn't entirely necessary, but I put him here because it makes the magma cubes intentionally hop into the pit here, instead of just like being pushed up naturally. Then we have this. This is something that I accidentally invented because I left the thing AFKing to see how well it worked. And yeah, these trapdoors, what they do is they will filter out any of the baby magma cubes. And the baby magma cubes will fall through the holes in the trapdoors into the little pit with the frogs there. But any of the medium or large ones will not be able to fit through the trapdoors. And you may be wondering, Professor H, how are you going to make all these medium and large magma cubes into the small magma cubes that you need? How are you going to do that? Well, the answer is they do it themselves. Once you get enough magma cubes in here, they'll actually start entity cramming themselves because there's so many. And when the large ones finally suffocate, they'll split into medium ones, which like triples, quadruples the amount of magma cubes and entities that are in here, so they suffocate faster. And eventually a lot of them will turn into the baby ones and just naturally fall through here into the frog chamber. I am using 8 frogs. I don't know what the amount of frogs is optimal, but I'm using 8 because that seemed good, and you have to make sure to name tag the frogs or else they will despawn. You don't have to nickname the golems though, that's useful. And then if we move down one more layer, I built this way too close to a river, make sure you build yours a nice 7, 8 blocks higher than I did, so make sure your portal's at about Y85 or something. Anyway, if we go down a little lower, we have a basic minecart with hopper collection system. Hoppers lined up over here, redstone blocks lined up over here to power the rails, and this thing will just go back and forth, drop all of its items on the hoppers. Really, really simple and easy collection system. All the hoppers will then filter into this hopper, which filters into this chest system, which will eventually fill up with frog lights and a few magma creams. And that's literally all there is to the farm. This is the entirety of the thing. Again, it'll probably take you 20 minutes to build. Nothing that I have made using glass actually has to be glass. I just like being able to see in my farm. You do need a decent chunk of blocks and some iron for the iron golems, and of course the frogs. Now, getting the frogs is going to be a challenge if you're not amazing at the game, but I can teach you how to get the frog. What you're going to want to do is don't flood this for the farm. I was just using this as an example to show how frogs work. But basically what you want to do is you want to find some frogs in a mangrove swamp, breed them, make sure they hatch their little frog spawn things, and then you want to get some buckets of tadpoles. You want to get probably 8 buckets of tadpoles is what I use, so place a bucket of tadpoles, and then spam slime balls on the little sucker until he eventually turns into a frog. It might take a little while, but he will eventually turn into a frog. This one doesn't seem to want to grow up, unfortunately, but it will eventually turn into a frog. And what you want to do is make sure you get 8 of these, place them all, make sure you get rid of the water once they actually turn into frogs, because the normal tadpoles cannot survive without water, but the frogs can, easily. So you want to get your tadpole, just transport them in your buckets like axolotls. You can turn them into frogs. I believe that one just grew up. I don't see him walking around anymore. And just make sure you have all your frogs in here, name tagged. Super, super simple process. But yeah, that is the entirety of this frog light farm. Like I said, 2,500 frog lights per hour. That means in an hour and a half, you can approximately fill a double chest of frog lights, which should be all you're going to need. And I know that some people are really looking forward to frog lights as they're a really pretty light source. There are 3 kinds of frog lights, actually. These yellow frogs right here will produce ochre frog lights. And then there are 2 other kinds. The verdant frog light, which is produced by a different kind of frog, and the pearlescent frog light, which is produced by yet another kind of frog. I don't know exactly how it works. I would assume that it's green frogs make these and gray frogs make these, but I don't know for sure. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Again, if this video blows up, I might make a step-by-step tutorial, but like, you can probably figure it out yourself. I will put a world download or a link to a Google Drive with a world download in the description. If you don't know how to install those, just go to your search bar, type %appdata%, click on roaming, click on .minecraft, drag it into your saves file. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, for making it through this video. I know it was short, and I will have the next video of my Let's Play series coming up very, very soon. Thank you for your patience. And yeah, I hope you have a great rest of your day. Make sure to like, subscribe, blah, 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 YouTube algorithm. Bye!